Hey, what's up? Welcome to Part Time. On this channel I like to buy tools and talk about them. So here we have the Bauer 20V Hypermax Lithium-Ion Cordless Jig Saw. This is by Harbor Freight. As you can see, I am on their website. Right off the bat, we can see here that, damn, look at these reviews. Nearly 5 stars, pretty damn good. And at this price point of $49.99, you can probably tell why I'm looking at this tool in the first place. And if you don't know by now, Bauer is one of Harbor Freight's line of power tools. And I don't really like the look of a lot of them, but this jigsaw looks pretty good. And here we have the spec sheet. If you want to go ahead and pause the video, you can look at that. But I will be going over all of this. And like I said, this is the tool only. So you are going to have to go out and get a battery pack and one of the chargers too. But the good thing is, just like a lot of tool systems out there in those big box stores, these batteries are compatible with this 20-volt tool lineup. And the lineup is still growing. So let's get out this computer and go pick this bad boy up, because it's in store only. Sorry about it. Okay, ladies and gents, we are back from Harbor Freight. Let's go ahead and look at this box. I like the way it looks. It's that plain, I don't know, it reminds me of like a Costco box or something. I don't know. On the side here, we have some of the tools in their 20-volt lithium system lineup, and you can see here they have a picture of the 3 amp hour battery as well as the 1.5 amp hour batteries that the system takes. If we look on the other side, just another picture of the tool, and then on the back it looks like we have that same spec sheet that we were looking at earlier. It's got all the information you really need, all the different features and the specs of the tool itself. Pretty useful information. I like it. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. And the first item in the box is the jigsaw itself. Ooh, I like those colors. I like it a lot. Looks good. Second item is the manual. And the third item is, it appears to be some kind of track or like a guide to help you make straighter cuts or something like that. And that's it. Just those 3 things in the box. Very simple. I like it. No nonsense. I wish there was a battery in it, but that's life. Whatever. So again, here is one of the better looking tools that Bauer makes, in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of some of the other styles. They look cheap and knockoff-ish. But this looks pretty legit. I really like red and black. That just looks good to me. And I really like the gunmetal on the base plate and everything. And there's the little dial there that you can adjust the speed depending on what type of material you're cutting. That's where the battery goes. And on the other side we have like a locking lever, and this is for the plate, that adjustable plate that we talked about earlier, that can go 45 degrees either left or right, so you can make those angled cuts. And here we have the quick release chuck. All you have to do is rotate the chuck clockwise until it is facing up towards you, I guess, and put the blade in, and then go ahead and release. And the blade should secure, and make sure that thing's in there good. Give it a little wiggle, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, here is that track that I was talking about. All you have to do is, well, you'd want to get a measurement from the side of your whatever you're working on, insert it, tighten down on those nuts or those screws, and then there you go. You can possibly make straighter cuts. Here I go, putting the battery in for the first time, and there's that sweet little click. And to be honest, it's a little stiff. Not that it's a problem, because it's harder. It's a little hard to put in. It just feels kind of clunky. Just something to take note of. I'm not complaining or anything. Same thing with releasing it and removing the battery. It's a little clunky. It's not super sputtery smooth. But that doesn't really matter to me. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so here's the part that I've been kind of dreading to film and record. I ran into a little problem. This is a Warrior brand. It's also a Harbor Freight deal, I believe. What happened was these are U-shank blades. This jigsaw requires T-shank blades. And I'm not going to pretend that I knew the difference or that I just bought the wrong thing on accident and wasn't paying attention. I just did. I thought maybe in the back of my mind that the U stood for universal. I don't know. I'm just making excuses. But let's take this as a lesson learned, and hopefully, if any good comes out of this video, hopefully I stop someone from making the same mistake that I did. So again, this jigsaw requires T-shank blades, and you can tell the difference other than the fact that it says U and T-shank on the package, is that the part of the blade that inserts into the jigsaw for the U-shape or for the U-shank blades, they look like a little U. They have that little U there. For the T-shank blades, they have what looks like a T on the blade. So there you go. Hopefully you don't make the same mistake I do. Alright, so here we are the next day. Went back to Harbor Freight. Got the right blades. They ran out of the ones that I wanted. So I had to get this big ass assortment pack. But whatever, that's fine. I'll probably have all the blades that I need for the rest of my life. Because let's be honest, I don't use a jigsaw every day. And that's nice of them to include a little bag for all the blades. It's a lot of blades. So you got like different ones. You got different material blades. So you got like wood, metal, big blades, small blades, and in this case, we're going to use the small scrolling blade. Since we're making, what I'm doing is I'm making cornhole boards, and that requires you to cut a hole in the board, if you're not familiar with what that is, and as well as rounding off the legs, that way they can pivot from inside of the cornhole boards. And here I am inserting the correct blade for the first time, and look at that. It just locks in perfectly. No, maybe not perfectly. Okay, there it is. Yep, it's in there, ladies and gents. Now we have the right blade. Now we can get down to business. Let's go. Okay, first things first, the safety. We have safeties on both sides. This tool is ambidextrous. So what you do is you press down one of the safety buttons on either side and then pull the trigger. The trigger will not engage and will not run the tool until you press that safety down. The good thing about this safety is that once you pull the trigger down after engaging the safety, you can release the safety, so you don't have to hold it the whole time. And as soon as you release the trigger, it's the same thing. You need to press down the safety again in order for you to start running the jigsaw again. So I like it. Makes it a little more comfortable because it is kind of awkward to hold down that safety the entire time. Alright everyone, that pretty much wraps up our little unboxing and first impressions of the 20V Hypermax Lithium-Ion Cordless Jig Saw. I just want to take the time to say thank you for watching all the way through. I really appreciate it. And please, if you already own this jigsaw, let me know in the comments what you think of it. And if you don't own it, let me know if this video helped you make a decision of buying it or not. Again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.